I just received my second order from Sugarpill. If you want to know what I ordered, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we're going to talk Sugarpill today. I got a little order from the brand to complement what it is that I already have, and I'm really happy I did because I have been itching to just kind of round out the collection, and there's one product that I wanted from the collection that I waited for, I think, too long. I should have picked it up sooner because I know I'm going to absolutely love the palette. I just gave it away, palette. And also there was a new release that I just could not resist. But let me show you first off what it is that I have from Sugarpill. And I have it combined here with two other brands for a specific purpose. So I've got 8 of the colorful eyeshadows from Sugarpill. I just picked up the ones that I wanted the most. These two are definitely my favorites. I also love Buttercup right here. Buttercupcake, I think it is. I should know this by heart. Buttercupcake, yeah. Anyway, I really enjoy a lot of these. This one, I'm scared of making a mistake now. Arsenic, love the chartreuse color. And then this one is Hypnotic? No, sorry, Velouria. Hypnotic is a blue. Anyway, so I really enjoy the 8 that I have here. And then I also put in from Makeup Forever a black and a white because I don't really want to buy, at least not now, the black and the white from Sugarpill. I'm happy with having these from Makeup Forever. That's a great brand as well. And then 4 Sephora colors that I thought would be maybe a little bit complementary to what I have here already from Sugarpill, but I'm pretty sure that these are going to be kicked out based on what is in that little box that I showed you. So let's take a look at the little box, shall we? And I like the way that they packaged it up, which is why I kept the box to show you. So it's exactly how it came. So this yellow tissue paper first, and then there's a package in the middle. And so the single eyeshadows are at the top, and they were pressed down for shipping pretty well. And so there are 6 eyeshadows. Let's go through them one by one, and I will put them in a palette that I got for these particular 6, which is this palette right here. So it's a 6-pan palette, and it looks like this. And it's magnetic, so you can take, you can put the singles in and take them back out. And so as I go through them, I'll show you what the names are. There are a bunch of new shadows from Sugarpill, and when I saw the collection, I said, oh yes, please, that is absolutely for me. And this is the first of the 6. It's actually 5 of the colors. This one is called Sleepwalker, and I think it looks really neat. I will swatch them all, but I want to swatch them once they're securely into the palette. So here is the first one going in. Next one is Ego. So this is the set of singles that just came out. Here is Ego. I love this kind of a color. I'm such a sucker for this kind of color. And I feel like my eye look is definitely Sugarpill appropriate today. So here we go. We've got 2 of them in here. The third one is called 16, which is a lighter purple, with a little bit of pinkish hue in it. Not fuchsia, it's definitely still purple, but and it has a satiny look to it as well. And next one is probably the one that I'm curious about this kind of hue now. I'm getting more interested in this color, but it's still kind of unfamiliar to me. And the name for this one is Bittermelon. And each one of these, if you're thinking the pans are big, Sugarpill pans are very big. They're 3 grams each. That's just a lot. Okay, the color on my camera went really weird. Hopefully you didn't have that weird fluctuation. If you did, my apologies. So we have 4 in there now, and you can see how the color story is quite nice. And now we have Flurry, which is a kind of lilac-y color. It's kind of a frosty lilac. Again, goes really well with the rest of the palette. And finally, we have Helium, which is a very nice color. Yeah, and I thought white came with this set, but no, it came with the other set of 6 that I wasn't really interested in. So I'm glad I still have white in that magnetic palette. So this is Helium, and it's really, really quite neat. So I thought that I would put all of these together and show you these compared to what I already have from the brand as far as singles. And we can kind of do it side by side here with the 8 above and then 8 below. So that is what I have. So it's quite blue intensive, but as you can tell from my look today, blue is growing on me. And if you want to see this, this is my second look using the Stoned collection from Urban Decay, and I'll put that video right there. What I see here with the 2 collections is there's definitely some additional blue, bluish purple, but those are colors that I really like. So I'm pretty happy with the fact that this is complementary as opposed to overlap in my collection. These were all colors that really spoke to me. The only one that I was sheepish about was this one, actually. And I mean, it came as a set of 6 at a substantial discount, so I was not going to say no to a 6th color. If I don't use it a whole lot, it's still a very nice color story. So that is it as far as these 6. And I want to show you the rest of what I got before I start swatching everything. Now I have already swatched the 8 that are in the palette, and I will put that video there if I haven't already, so you can take a look at that swatches video. I won't re-swatch them. But I also got 9 other colors because this is the palette that I really wanted. And those 5 new colors from Sugarpill made me kind of go, okay, well, I want those 5, and I've wanted this palette for a while, and I was able to get a bit of a discount on it, so I'm pretty happy about that. And it is called the Fun Size Mini Color Palette, and it's quite tiny compared to regular size Sugarpill shadows. It's tiny. So let me show you. Right? But there is no overlap between shadows from this one to anything else that I have. So I'm pretty happy with that. And the amount of grams in each one of these, does it say? Oh, there we go. So it's 9 times 0.8 grams. So it's less than a third of a regular Sugarpill eyeshadow per. But I don't know about you, but I don't tend to finish up colorful eyeshadows. I have a lot of variety in my collection, and these are just shadows that I know I do not have in my collection and that I felt would be complementary to what else I have from the brand. So I'm looking at these 2. I'm just looking at it, and the only thing that I can see is the 8-bit up top here is somewhat similar to 2 of the blues that I have. This blue right here, I don't remember the name of, and not really, but to some extent, this blue right here. That's a bit of a stretch. It's almost like it would be a mix of these 2. So no, there's only one that's pretty close. All right, so that's good. And then I'm looking at the other colors in here and trying to compare it to the other singles that I have. And I'm just going to take a moment here. Yeah, no, not really. The only one that is pretty close, if you look at Level Up and Rage Quit, those 2, there's some similarity with this one right here, but again, they're not exact duplicates, so I'm not concerned about that at all. So good. I'm happy about the fact that there's not really any overlap in my collection, save for this one right here is probably the one that I might not need, but again, it came 6 pans, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, that's enough rambling, but to me, I want to avoid overlap, especially from a collection from the same brand, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to swatch this one first because this is the primary reason for the order, and the additional 6-pan palette at a discounted price was just kind of what got me over the edge. So let's do a swatch fest with this palette on one arm, and then I'll do the other 6 on the other arm. So I'll do a set of 3, 3, and 3 swatches. I understand that this palette has been swatched many times on YouTube, but I want to give you my impressions of what I think of each one of these pastel-y neon shades from Sugarpill. All right, so I'm going in on the first row with Cheat Code, 8-bit, and I do like technology, so this is it's just a fun theme overall, and Player 1. So let's do that. Okay, so that's Cheat Code, 8-bit, and Player 1. And if you're not familiar with my preferences on this channel, I am a sucker for matte, colorful mattes is what I was trying to say. Colorful mattes is my kryptonite. And so for me, getting Sugarpill eyeshadows is kind of a no-brainer because I know I'm getting kind of a white base, colorful set of eyeshadows that I know I'm going to enjoy. All right. So that was Cheat Code 8-bit and Player 1. Do you see the quality of these shadows? And I don't mean quality as in good quality product. I mean the qualities of this shadow. It swatches beautifully, layers beautifully, has that white base that make them very vibrant. I am truly in love with this type of eyeshadow, truly. All right, I'm going to wipe off my fingers and we're going to go for the second row. And this is the second row, and I love a limey mint green, so we are going to go with Twitch. Oh, I love that. Look at that. I love that color. Level Up and Rage Quit. And yeah, Level Up and Rage Quit kind of look like the peachy pink and pink from the 3 gram palettes. But those are colors that I think are high use colors, so I'm okay with it. Twitch, Level Up. Look at that, beautiful. And Rage Quit. Ho ho ho, look at that. Nice. Okay, and I'm going to go in a second time. And here we go. Twitch, Level Up, and Rage Quit. Very nice colors, super, super nice. And to be able to get 9 colors for a lot less than the cost of the singles, that's really nice. And the fact that they are not colors that were already in the Sugarpill lineup, I think is great. And I hope they do come out with more of these 9 pans. And this is the last row that we're after. And Continue is neat. It's not just a bright yellow. It has a little bit of a mustardy feel to it. And then we have a very neon high score orange. And then a beautiful red. It's a reddish orange from Game Over. That looks neat. Okay, so we have Continue question mark. I love the video game inspiration. Next one, High Score. Oh, it's pretty. That's a tangerine color. That's very pretty. And then Game Over, I'm kind of curious. Yeah, it's more of a flamingo orange, but that's okay. It looks more red in the pan, but that's not what it is. And here we go. So I'm going to go in a second time. I'm less jazzed about the third row than I thought I would be, except for the yellow. I quite like the yellow. So again, continue question mark, high score, and game over, which I really wish were more of a red. I really do. But there is a pretty strong red in the Sugarpill lineup if you can get it when it's in stock, and I have not been able to do that yet. So here are the fingers at the end of it all. Very cool. So that is the 9-pan palette, and now we're going to swatch the 6 that the 6 singles that I put in that 6-pan palette. They're up next. And once again, these are the ones I'm talking about. We're going to swatch these last 6 puppies right now. This is the newest offering from Sugarpill, and I'm really curious to see what I think of it. And I think that I'm actually going to do them out of order. I think I'm going to do these 3 that are more in the same kind of color family, and then these 3. All right, so let's do that. And I'm going to go from darkest to lightest. That's what I feel like doing. I don't remember the names. I'll put them on the screen. And mattes sure offer up a lot of kick up. Okay, so here we go. We only have 6 swatches to do, so I can be generous with how much room I'm taking here. That is a nice deep eggplant color. Bit of a fuchsia color. And then we're going to have that frosty lilac. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, good. They're definitely complementary to what I have in the palette. The magnetic palette I'm talking about, of the Sugarpill shadows that I already had. Okay, so second go. Hopefully they build up nicely, which, based on the Sugarpill shadows I have already, they tend to. They're very good mattes. Look at that. Very nice. And the fingers one more time. Okay, that's the first 3. And then we'll go into the bluish green set of 3, or trio. And I think I'm going to go this way. So we've got a frosty one here, and I want to do the frosty one here. So I think we'll do this one, and this one. And I'm super, super excited about this one. I don't know, it's just a really neat looking frosty color. And this kind of greenish blue is growing on me. And this one is a no-brainer. I love it for sure. Beautiful colors. All right, so here we go. Frosty color next to frosty color. That is going to look so good on the inner to center lid. That is beautiful. And that's that color that's growing on me. And that's from various collections. I'm just starting to appreciate that color more. And another very interesting addition to my collection. Okay, we'll go for a second go. Okay, here we go. Woo. Yeah, that builds up quite nicely, and so does this one, which I'm not surprised at, and this one will do the same. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so that's the set of 6 that came as a special offer with the 6-pan palette included. And so you might want to take a look. If you've been intrigued by some of the new colors they revealed, is what I'm trying to say. I can't speak anymore. I was really pleasantly surprised that they included a bundle of 6 with the palette included. I was happy with that, and it just made sense for me to get those singles because as a package like this, they were considerably discounted. So really happy about that. And especially since these are the new shadows they released. So I was, yeah, really quite happy about that. So what do I think? Let me just put all of these together. There's really not much that is the same. I would say the two blues are close, somewhat close, and the well, this might be a bit of a stretch, but maybe the two fuchsias, but not really. They're pretty different. So yeah, I would say the two blues are close, but really not that close. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I chose from Sugarpill. I've never had a palette from Sugarpill, so I'm really quite pleased with that. And I forgot about the fact that they have little pinholes on the back to make it easy to take out the shadows from a given palette. And it seems like the construction is relatively good with magnetic closure. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And the same goes with this one, is the magnetic closure, and there are no pinholes on the back of that 9 pan, but given how small these shadows are, I don't feel like I would have the need to pop them out. And if I did, I would just depot the whole palette. But with a fun size like this, it would be hard. I would be hard pressed to feel the need to depot a palette that is that small. So yeah, I am pretty happy with what I decided to get from Sugarpill. And then we can compare that a little bit now that you've seen everything to what is in my existing collection. And I think I'm pretty happy with it being relatively complementary. Although I'm going to say that I do feel like it's a little bit blue heavy now with that additional one right here. Not so much with what is in the fun size, but yeah, maybe 3 blues. I'd probably be okay with just 2, but given that blue came with the palette, like, I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I'm good with it. Minimal-ish overlap with just the one that I think I have too much of. But yeah, happy with the purchase, no regrets, would do it again. And if you have a request for either the fun size palette or the 6 pan that I just got to do a look with either one of them or both, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what your thoughts are. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching this unboxing and swatching video for a couple of new items from Sugarpill. And I will see you in the next video. But for now, take care.